The next step in the process is to know how we can find the diameter and the radius if we are provided with a circumference. So in the third type of problem, often you are provided the dimension of the circumference. For example, they might say that the circumference is equal to 31.4 centimeters. How do I use that information to find other values? Well, we've seen the relationship in our previous problem between the diameter, which is used to find the circumference. So now we will use the circumference to work backwards and find the diameter. We know that the circumference is equal to pi times d. Step 1 is always to write the formula. Step 2, we will substitute known values in place of the letters. So in place of the circumference, we will use the value that's been provided. In place of pi, we will use our traditional value of 3.14, and that is the coefficient of the variable d, which in this case represents the diameter. The circumference is the distance all the way around the circle, which we know has a relationship to the diameter. We are looking for the diameter. In this case, step 3, in order to do the math, in order to eliminate multiplication, we will use the inverse operation of division. On both sides of the equation, because it is an equation, we will divide by 3.14, the coefficient of the variable. 3.14 divided by 3.14 is 1. So 3.14d divided by 3.14 is 1d. 31.4 divided by 3.14 can be solved longhand or using the calculator. In this case, we have found that it equals 10 units, which are centimeters. So we will take that information and we will now know that our diameter is equal to 10 centimeters. This information in turn is used to calculate the radius, because we know that the radius is 1/2 of the diameter. If the diameter is the distance all the way across the circle, and the radius only goes halfway across the circle, then we know that the radius is only 1/2 of the diameter. The radius equals 0.5 multiplied times the value of d. I substitute 10 in place of the d. And then to do the math, the radius is equal to 5 centimeters. Again, this information is useful because I can use it to calculate the area. Knowing full well that the area equals pi r squared, step 1, I've written my formula. Step 2, I will substitute the area equals pi times 5 squared. The area is equal to pi times 25, or as we have said, in a conventional manner, it is written as 25 pi. Or, if we want to multiply the 25 times 3.14, that will give us a value of 78.5 centimeters squared, which is similar to our first problem, so we know we've done it correctly. Make sure you can work the problems forwards and backwards. In this case, I was given the circumference. So I use the circumference to find the diameter, which I use to find the radius, and in turn the radius is used to find the area. In our next problem, we will show you how to use the area to find the missing 3 values.